Konnichiwa minasan, Chuckles here. I had a very productive staff meeting, and then I had a very productive dip in the onsen, and now I'm about to have a very productive sleep. I want to briefly mention today, because today was awesome. We got to cover a lot more ground today than we did last time, which is understandable because we started out late last time and we were all dead tired. We were less tired this time because we all got sleep. But most of the locations we went to today, I was like, oh, this is it. This right here. I found many different places that would be excellent to shoot Yoyaku Yokai scenes from the movie. And so what I did was, we had 2 guides today. I forgot to tell you about the guides we had last time. It was this whole group, because Kaie, who has been driving us around the whole time, she's not just a driver, she's also a coordinator. And her job is to find all of these people that are in charge of certain areas, or know about places to go off the beaten path, or can connect us to people who can show us different locations. And so that's what she's been doing for us. And she found 2 people named Ichiro and Sachio. And Ichiro and his wife Sachio, they were they showed us around to all these different locations, each of which had a unique aspect to it. And a lot of them were very beautiful places, but they're places that I'm like, I don't know if this works for the purposes of the film. But then we found that place off the beaten path in these places, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. There's this garden. It's a really beautiful garden with all of these flowers everywhere. It's one of those places that you walk around and just look at all the pretty flowers. And I'm like, yeah, this is beautiful with all the pretty flowers, but it's not really yokai worthy. Until we got to a place sort of behind the garden, where there was a nice river and a cave and just a rocky shore, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect for a kappa attack. And so I actually had Ichiro stand in as a kappa and Amanda stand in as, this is what you do during a location scout. I staged scenes from the film, and I had Nikki take shots at specific angles, showing like, oh, if we were to shoot it like this, and maybe if the lighting was this way and we shot it from this angle, and if we set it up like this and blah blah blah, seeing what it could possibly look like. And that is in order to see if truly this is a place that we would want to shoot the film. And it will also help Jennifer out tremendously when I sit down with her and actually do the storyboard shot for shot, having a general sense of the location through actual pictures of the actual location will certainly help a great deal in like actually getting the visuals out there. And of course, when you're a director, you have a certain vision in your head, but sometimes it'll be like, how some thoughts you have will be like you completely understand them, but explaining it to someone is extremely difficult because it's not actually coherent. It's coherent to you. You understand the essence of what is in your head, but it can't really. It's not concrete until you actually hammer it out and put it in the visual spectrum that's outside of your head. And location scouting helps a great deal in that regard, because it's like, now I'm seeing a place that actually works, and it's in my head. The whole thing was sort of nebulous. It's sort of like, oh yeah, the person is walking along a place that's sort of like this, and then this sort of a thing happens over here. It's very nebulous. But now seeing an actual place, I'm like, if the person stands here and another person stands here, and we block the scene this way and we shoot it this way, So that's the value of location scouting and of blocking out scenes beforehand. So we did a lot of that today, and it was great. And I found some locations that, oh, so what I was saying was, that place, very beautiful, but oh, this place behind it, excellent. Another place we went to was a park, and it was just it had like a grand staircase and beautiful bushes and trees decorating the hillside, and on the top of it there was this big, nice playground, and it was just a wonderful looking place. But I'm like, yeah, it's nice and serene and it's beautiful, but it doesn't work for my film at all. I was like, oh, I feel bad because they wanted to show me this place, and they were really excited about it, and I'm standing there like, and they looked at me like, so what do you think? And I'm like, and so they're like, okay, and so we started to leave, but then I was like, what's that over there? And I saw this path winding up that looked like, and Nikki also said to me, like, that looks like it leads somewhere spooky. And I was like, you're right. And I just walked up there. Nikki and I walked up there, and we found, again, the whole point of this area is this beautiful hillside and these steps leading up, and this grand lookout. You could see the mountains and the trees and all that. But where we went was like behind, off the beaten path, down this into the woods. And we go into the woods, and I'm like, oh, here it is. This place is an excellent location for a kitsune wedding procession. For foxes, humanoid foxes, marching along in a wedding procession, which is a scene that happens in the movie, and so things like that. And then I find all these locations, and I shoot the scenes, and I set things up for us to do it, and then every time, and then as we go to these other locations, as Ichiro and Sachio take us to other locations, I'm like, aha, you see how the foliage here matches up with the foliage in this other location we went to? That means that potentially, when we make this movie, we could have a character start here and walk along this way, and then we cut to this other location with the same kind of foliage, and have the character walking this way and doing something there, and we maintain continuity, and we have these two places together, so it looks like it's one continuous place. And that's pretty much what happened. Like today, we pretty much found places that would make essentially an entire sequence of the film complete, because things matched up here and matched up here and matched up here in terms of areas that Hikaru walks through and encounters yokai. It was all wonderful, subarashi. So that is what happened today, and I'm happy for all the work that everyone's been putting in. It's been successful, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to check out some buildings. Tomorrow we're going to check out some houses, and apparently a castle, and some places that I think would potentially be very good for some actual building locations, including the Kuchiki Mansion. So we'll see how that goes. So shorter update today, but I'm wanting to, once again, go right to sleep. Less tired this time, but I want to have, more and more energy. So I will, of course, when this is all over and when I'm back in the States, I will, of course, be working on full-on vlogs that will really delve into exactly what we're going to do here. And also, the shots that I've been describing, you're going to see some of them. You're going to see Nikki. She's the only one, oh, not the only one, obviously. Between Amanda and Nikki is the one who brought a computer. They both brought cameras, but Amanda doesn't have a computer with her. So Nikki is primarily, for now, during the scout, she's going to be the one primarily posting the awesome pictures. When we all get back into the States, that's when Amanda's going to be posting some of hers as well. So look forward to that. Keep checking out the album, and stay tuned to the channel, to YouTube and Facebook and all that as we continue this. おやすみなさい。